Hey guys, so today's lesson is part 5 on the modes. So we've covered the first 4. This is the 5th one, which is Mixolydian. So we were in the key of G major for all the other ones. The 5th note of G major is D. So that means the 5th mode of G major is D Mixolydian. So just to recap, a mode is when you play the same notes of a scale but you start on a different note. So if you look down the bottom here, we've got the notes of the G major scale, but instead of starting them on G, like here, we start them on D, and that gives it sort of a completely different sound because your ear is hearing a different start point, a different end point, and different intervals in between. And we're using the symmetrical approach, which means we're using the E and A strings, D and G strings, and B and E strings as pairs, because these are the pairs that are all a fourth apart, which makes the shapes all symmetrical and transferable. So you basically only have to learn one finger pattern, and then you copy it and you move it around and you get 3 octaves of the same lick. Alright, so here's the lick. Starting on the D note at the 10th fret of the E string. So that little thing at the end there is a slide, sliding up and down. Alright, so that's the first octave. The next one, you go to the 12th fret of your D string, and that's a D as well. You can see it's exactly the same fingering, exactly the same shape. You just move it up, and then you do that one more time, 15th fret of the B string, like this. Alright, and this mode has a very unique sound. It's the only mode in the major scale that covers a dominant chord, because there's only one dominant chord in the major scale, which is the D. So it's got a very unique quality to it in that it's major, it's got a major third, the F sharp, but it's got a flattened 7th. Because if we were in the key of D major, C would be a C sharp. So that's what makes it different to the D major scale. D major would sound like that. D dominant, D7 sounds like that. So